Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back guys, welcome back. So today it's me again, Chen Yu here. And I know it's a Sunday guys. I know most of you guys are, relaxing or, taking a rest, especially on a Sunday. But today, the purpose why I want to live stream today is because I want to talk to you guys more about the markets. And since I'm pretty free on Sunday, I would like to do a forecast on how price can potentially move for the upcoming week. Okay, so I'll be talking about multiple currencies. Okay, I'll be talking about euro, dollar, gold. Okay, and I will also be talking about other currency pairs, perhaps to your request. So let me just share my screen now. Okay, guys, let me share my screen and I can let you guys see my chart. So, all right, so currently I am sharing my screen. Okay, so without further ado, let me just delve right into the charts. Okay, so for those of you that just joined, guys, welcome back. So I am live streaming on euro dollar currently. Okay, live streaming on the euro dollar, and I am expecting and I'm anticipating that price can potentially go bullish. Okay, so let me explain why. So if you guys look at my TradingView, guys, okay, so let me just, before I start again, let me just explain to the viewers over here that I will be analyzing about multiple currencies like the euro, dollar, gold, and I might also possibly backtest on how the previous weeks have done and look for potential setups and recaps and just backtest to show you guys how I look for a trade using smart money concepts, okay? So without further ado, let's delve right into the charts. If you're looking at the chart currently, we can see Euro USD's potential forecast, okay? And I actually published this on my TradingView page, and you guys can follow them. And my name is Chen_YU, okay? So if you look at this chart over here, okay, we can see the price actually, it cleared liquidity at the bottom over here, okay? And followed by a break of structure, a break of market structure. And we can see this very strong bullish momentum coming in onto the euro dollar. Okay, so looking at this is very, very clear that the price is bullish. Okay, and the reason why I say the price is bullish is because it's forming higher highs and higher lows, guys. So that's very important because we want to know and we want to find out whether price is actually, forming new highs, or is it actually breaking the lows? Because if it's breaking the lows, that is an issue because that would mean a break of structure to the downside. However, as of right now, price is bullish. Okay, guys, price is bullish. So we can see that price also taken up liquidity from the bottom, and we see price actually taking up liquidity right at, if you look at my cursor, 1.07858, around there, before starting to move up. However, the bullish momentum is starting to wane, guys. It's waning. And the reason why I say it's waning is because we can see a lot of exhaustion candles. We can see a lot of market exhaustion up at about 1.0838. And I believe the price, could actually come down for retracement first before hitting back up. And that is the reason why I forecast this on euro dollar for the upcoming week, for tomorrow or for the day after, and I believe that price definitely have the capabilities of moving further up. So if we look at this current, let's just go right to the charts itself. Okay, so this is just my forecast, and for those who would like to, who are interested in my forecast, you guys can take a look. I do a lot of forecasts for a lot of other currencies. So without further ado, let me just delve right into the chart. I have already talked about the Euro USD over here. Okay, and if you look right smack on the daily time frame, let me talk about a more macro overview of what's happening on the euro dollar, right, guys? We can see on the daily time frame, we can see price, it actually cleared this high over here, guys. Okay, so we can see that it is still very, very, very bullish. All right, and it is so bullish, it is actually continues to form higher highs and higher lows structurally. And let's talk about structure, okay, on the daily time frame. All right, let's talk more about it. And so this is actually the most basic thing, the most basic fundamentals about Forex or FX. However, a lot of people can't really grasp the concept of structure. So let me just start from the bottom. We see a low created over here, right, guys? Okay. And where will the next high be? Next high would be here. Okay. So we can see that there is higher highs, higher lows, second higher high, higher low, and potentially here will be the next higher high, higher low being formed. So we can see that there's multiple higher highs and higher lows being formed, which confirms the bullish trend in the market. Okay, this is just a quick concept of our structure. I believe Chen have talked about it in one of the videos below, guys. Okay, I believe Chen have talked about it. All right, I see I have a new viewer over here. So welcome to our channel, okay? So I am talking about and I'll be analyzing on Forex. And now I'm talking about the euro dollar. I believe euro dollar can continue hitting up, guys. Okay, so if you look at euro dollar over here, right, we can see that, I believe price could potentially hit up further. And if you're looking at the current candle on the daily time frame, it have actually printed bearish. And I believe that price could potentially come lower for a level, some retracement, before hitting back up. Okay. So where can price possibly reach for the retracement? I've already, forecast that in one of my ideas over here, if you can see. So I believe price could potentially hit down further to the demand zone before hitting back up. Okay, so that's one of the potential ideas on euro dollar. And if you go down to the lower time frame, let's talk about the 4 hours time frame, guys. Okay, let's talk about the 4 hours time frame. We can see based on smart money concepts, there is a lot of imbalance and market inefficiencies right around these areas. Okay, these areas here, there's a lot of market imbalances over here, which I believe that price could potentially tap into. Okay, before hitting back up. However, as I've mentioned, that is just an idea. Okay, so ultimately you want to know, or you want to make sure that and identify how price touches these levels. I've already mentioned that there's a demand zone right around here, and then there's also another zone here, which is the market imbalance over here that price can tap into. And there's many zones, guys. There's also a demand zone over here that price can tap into. So it's you have to exercise the due diligence to kind of see where price could potentially tap into. And then on, you guys, it's important to see, to go down to the lower time frame, wait for confluences, wait for confirmations to see how or where price can start heading towards. Okay. So welcome, guys. Welcome. Okay, I see some new people watching the stream. If you guys have any requests for charts, just comment down on the chat below, and I will analyze the chart for you. Okay. So on euro dollar currently, my bias is that it is bullish. Okay, and I believe it have potential to continue heading up. Okay, so just some liquidity concepts over here. We can see areas of liquidity here below. And then there is some more liquidity lying here as well. You can see a double equal lows. So there are two equal lows over here actually that is happening on euro dollar that price could potentially tap down and clear. However, given the strong bullish momentum on the euro dollar, I believe the price could potentially actually hit up further. Okay, so for those who are watching the stream, at the end of the stream, I will be showing you guys a report that me and my partner have done on the Olympus Academy. And that report will be published onto our social media sites, LinkedIn, Instagram, so that will give a very, very in-depth technical explanation on how the market have moved over the past week. However, that strategy that we have used over there would be primarily on support resistance and not on smart money concepts. So the reason why we're doing this is because we want to show each and every one of you guys how versatile we are at the market and how there is not one winning trade not one winning strategy. However, it's best to use any strategy that allows us to analyze the market. Okay, so if you're looking right at this current market now, if you go down to the 4 hour time frame, guys, okay, let's talk about the 4 hour time frame. On the euro dollar, we can see that it has largely been very, very bullish. Okay, very, very bullish in the market right now. And I believe, especially talking about fundamentals, let me just give a brief recap about fundamentals. The Federal Reserve, okay, or the market, or recently, just last week, inflation actually came out and cooled down by a significant amount. Okay, and if I'm not wrong, the year-on-year inflation is about 6.5%, dropping down from 7.1 or 2%. I cannot remember correctly, but this is a very, very good news for us, because the reason why it's such a good news is because the Fed would not want to hike rates so aggressively and hawkishly anymore, because the effects of their rate hikes is taking place and at a very precedent rate over here, because we can see the slowdown in inflation taking place over here. And this is directly translated to increased and more strengthened market sentiments in the market, and that is directly translated to the the bullish movement that we can see on the euro dollar. So that is super, super important for us, right? Because it will allow more people to take on more risk, okay? Given people are anticipating that the Federal Reserve would hike more dovishly and would take a more dovish stance in the market. And that is just a brief fundamental outlook, okay, guys? So I'm not going to delve too deeply into it right now because I'm talking more about technicals, okay? And if we look at a technical front, okay, let's go right back into the chart. That will be it on the euro dollar, guys. And I believe, as I've mentioned, that upcoming week will continue to be bullish. All right, guys. Okay, just take in mind, take close attention to that and to the details of what the chart is explaining. It is forming higher highs and higher lows, and that is a market fact that the price is bullish. Okay. So I will start talking about other charts right now. Let me talk about the chart of gold. I believe this is something that is very highly requested by many people and is a very popular currency or commodity that people trade. All right. So let's talk about gold, guys. If you're looking at the chart on gold, let's talk about monthly time frame in general. It has been very, very bullish as of October last year. All right. And if we go down to the weekly time frame, the bullish pressure and the bullish momentum is super, super strong. Okay, it's so strong. And we can see, my personal forecast on the chart of gold is that price could potentially hit up further. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because given such strong bullish momentum, it would be unwise for people to bet against gold. Okay, as I've always mentioned in my previous streams, it is best to be pro trend on gold rather than counter trend. Okay, let me just drink some water first, guys. So as I've mentioned, it is best to be pro trend on gold. Okay, and I believe that gold could potentially hit up further to even retest the highs or this this supply zone that can be found here, which is about the region at 1940. So that will be about another 200 more pips to go. And we've talked about intraday. Let's talk about intraday, guys. Intraday, we can see that on the daily time frame or on the 4-hour time frame, guys, we can see that price have been super, super bullish, forming higher highs, higher lows. It's always about basics, guys. Okay. So let me just type something on the chat for any of the newcomers to see. Okay. All right, guys. All right. So, okay, let's talk about the live stream over here. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about gold right now. If we're looking at the chart on gold right now, we can see that price have been largely very, very bullish. Okay, if we can see higher highs and higher lows being formed over here. And let me mark them out right now. Okay, we can see, for example, let me mark it out now. We can see higher highs, higher low, higher highs, higher low, higher highs, higher low, higher highs, higher low. multiple higher highs and higher lows being formed on the chart of gold. And we are 100% looking for longs on gold. So if you look at the current the current chart on gold right now, right, guys, if we're just looking at it right now, we can see that on the 1 hour time frame, we can see that market has been largely efficient. However, we can single out certain areas as points of interest, such as this area of demand here, that price could potentially tap into, guys. Okay, that's an area of demand that we will be watching closely. And the reason why I say this area could potentially be tapped is because there's areas lying of liquidity over here, guys. There's areas of liquidity over here that we can identify, such as this area that is untouched and uncleared. Liquidity hotspot zones over here. And I believe that, however, given the very strong bullish momentum, we could potentially continue looking for intraday longs in the market, perhaps right at the demand zone over here on the chart of gold. Okay, or perhaps on the 15 minutes time frame, price might not even touch this area, and we could see some forecasts such as taking sweep of liquidity, however, sudden break of structure, and find potential long opportunities, guys. Okay, so we will continue to see and monitor how the chart of gold continues to move. Okay, guys. So that would be it on the forecast on gold. And if you're talking about some back testing, I want to bring you guys back to the euro dollar and talk about some potential trades that we could have taken in the market, guys. So just for last week, the week began on the 9th of January, which is right about around here. Okay. And if we're looking at chart, it has actually ranged quite a bit over here. It has been ranging back and forth before bulling all the way back up. And so the question is, how are we able to find some long setups in the market? So if you look at the market over here, guys, actually there was a long setup that I took right about this area, which I will be talking about shortly. However, I want to bring forth to other long setups that could have potentially be taken in the market as well. So this area here, the reason why I took longs off this area is because over here is because I've mentioned and I've seen a lot of liquidity building up over here, guys. Plenty of liquidity building up over this area. Okay. So, and then I marked out an area below, which is an area of demand or perhaps this specific low. Okay. And then I looked for intraday setups and longs right below this area here. And I saw that the price actually pushed all the way up. And then I took my longs at about 1.7, stop loss right below the zone at about 6 pips. And I took profit at the high here for risk to reward about 5.66, guys. Let me just shade this as a different color. Okay, so that is one of the trades that I've taken off the market last week. And the reason why I took off this trade was because I saw price sweeping liquidity before, sorry about that, I see price sweeping liquidity followed by a break of market structure to the upside. And that is where I took my longs. Okay, this is one of the bread and butter trades over here. And I believe that price actually could potentially head up further, but as this was an intraday trade, I closed full positions over there. Okay, so this is one of the trade recaps that I've taken on euro dollar, and I would implore you guys to really analyze and try to rack your thinking caps on the reason of why I took this trade. So that will be it for the trade that I've taken today. And I hope that this really helps people, or today's live stream really helps people to see what my potential forecast could be in the upcoming week, okay, on tomorrow or the day after. And I believe that, and I really like to thank you guys for sticking by for all this time. And it really encourages me and my partner to continue doing this on and on, because, we see the comments that people are giving, they really appreciate this live stream. And, it really means a lot to us. So do follow us on our TradingView. So this is my partner's TradingView, DogeStonks, okay? And this is my TradingView, Chen_Yu, where I post a lot of analysis and my partner also posts a lot of his analysis as well. So definitely do take a look for that over there for us, guys. Okay, it means the most to us. So that will be it on today's live stream, guys. I really hope you guys had a good session today, and I will catch you guys again tomorrow or the day after. Okay, see you guys.